Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Volvo Christian, and welcome to a windy Malmö. I'm here on a little Easter road trip. I got the XC90 press car with me today. This is a Malmö 25.5. Beautiful car, beautiful spec on this one. Bright Dusk metallic over the Cardamom upholstery, and it's finished off in the bright exterior theme. Absolutely beautiful spec. And we got the Öresund bridge in the background. The bridge that connects Sweden to Denmark in the far distance. You can see Denmark over there. But in this video, I wanted to give you a little exterior review and also an interior review. This will probably be two-parted. First part with the exterior, a detailed look on what we got with the updated XC90, and in part two, we're going to do the interior. So I really hope you will enjoy this video with the XC90. Let's kick it off with the exterior. We can start here in the front, because it is here you find the biggest difference on this facelifted XC90. This is actually the second facelift in the XC90 history, at least on the SPA platform. You know, this got revealed over 10 years ago. It got officially launched in August 2014. So that's over 10 years ago. And then we saw the first facelift in February of 2019. And now the second facelift got revealed in September 2024. And it's that car we have in front of us today, the Malmö 25.5. So the second facelift. And they have made substantial changes to the exterior. I'm now going to walk you through each individual element. And you can decide for yourself and drop a comment in the comment section down under. What do you think about this second facelift? We're going to start here with the new iteration of the Thor's Hammer LEDs. They are now opened up on both sides, slimmer shape, and also follows through all the way in towards the grille. Pretty cool design. I'm not quite sure of this end part. I wish that was slightly closer. But a cool thing with these new iteration of the Thor's Hammer, they have now got sequential functionality, sequential indicator lights. But if I activate the hazards, then it's just on and off. No sequential functionality going on there. But a new iteration of the Thor's Hammer LEDs. And then we can touch upon this new grille or air intake with horizontal lines. A huge difference to the previous inscription, or bright as this is now called. Because previously we had inscription and R-design. Inscription was the classic style, and that is renamed Bright. And this is the Bright exterior theme. Chromed out horizontal lines here. Oh yeah, not horizontal. Yeah, you get the point. But then we have also chrome inserts here on the side. With this is not a functional air intake. This is just a plastic cover, a decor, that discreetly hide one of the parking sensors. Also have a parking sensor here on the side. But then we have a completely new lower front bumper, also with chrome inserts, since this is the Bright exterior theme. So, new iteration of the Thor's Hammer, new grille, new lower bumper, new decor inlays here. We also have a new bonnet, and therefore also new winglets on the side, in addition to a new charging cover. But what do you think about this new exterior, new front? It looks more rounded off, in my opinion. It's more sleek, maybe also to be more cohesive in the Volvo lineup with the EX90. But in my opinion, it has kind of lost some of its stance, some of its character, compared to the pre-facelift, or not the OG XC90, but the first facelift, the Malmö 20. I can put in a picture here so you can compare. I think it was more, it had more character, it had more style, it had more oomph to it. Now it's much more classy and sleeked off. And also, I'm kind of struggling slightly with this lower bumper. The way it curves down. It starts here, goes up, and then it curves down again. It looks like someone that's sad. It has a sad face. I'm not quite sure about this. And once again, I think the bright and dark, or inscription and R-design, had more character before. And I also think that Volvo have made they have taken a shortcut with the dark versions. Because previously, on both the OG XC90 and also the facelift that we saw in February 2019, there was a distinct difference on exterior vibe on the inscription and outer design. Now, for the model 25.5, Volvo have made a shortcut. So it's exactly the same, but all of these chrome inserts here in the grille, in the lower bumper, and these side decor are just blacked out. It's the same part, just blacked out. And I kind of think that Volvo are moving away from this dark version because they put so much focus on the bright and it works so goddamn good. And then the dark, I think, have fallen behind. First time I saw dark live, I instantly just noticed that you could see straight through it, straight into the radiator. You see the white filter box. Kind of struggling with the dark versions lately, but like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I met up with a guy at the Volvo Car Norway at Øken. He had just taken delivery of his new model 25.5 XC90 T8 in denim blue that he had gotten wrapped in a matte PPF. That was a dark version in denim blue. And that looked absolutely magnificent. Yes, the matte PPF on top of the denim blue made it at least very, very good. But I think it worked there with the dark grille. But in my opinion, I think the XC90 now, as model 25.5, works best in the bright exterior theme. Personally, I would go denim blue or mulberry red, maybe also crystal white. That is the top 3 colors for me. But this Bright Dusk metallic, really classy. But what do you think about this new front end of the XC90? Thumbs up, thumbs to the side, or thumbs down? But let's jump around and see what they did on the side. Or let's now jump to the side and the profile view of the redesigned XC90. As you may see here, Volvo haven't done anything to change the side view of the redesigned XC90. It looks the same as it did before, at least beside the charging flap on the other side, since this is the T8 plug-in hybrid. No changes were actually needed. We still have the boxy shape of the legendary XC90. But Volvo did something with the alloys. We got a new alloy design, both for the 21-inch alloys, as these one are, and also the 22-inch alloys. So a new design there. We also saw a new exterior paint option with the mulberry red, a dark smoked out red color. Beautiful color, especially when the sun hits it. It's like a lava red, dark lava red or cherry red, like a black cherry. When the sun hits it, you get that dark lava or cherry red. Beautiful, wicked color in sunlight. In like overcast and evenings, it kind of loses the attraction for me. I'm more drawn towards the denim blue. But that was a little digression. Either way, new alloy designs, new exterior color, and then Volvo did some changes under the skin. This exact press car has the optional 4-corner air suspension. But if you go for the standard suspension, Volvo have equipped it with something that's called frequency selected dampers. And these adjust automatically. So when you're driving on like cobblestones or bumpy roads, then the dampers will automatically soften up for a more comfortable ride. And then when you're driving like even surfaces, like highway driving, then the dampers will stiffen up, maybe for more sporty or dynamic feel. But I prefer the air suspension for even more comfort. Maybe less dynamic, but more comfort. But I would love to try the FSD dampers one time, but yeah. Let's see if I'm able to do that. But Volvo have also equipped the facelifted XC90 with a new integral link in the rear for better stability and traction while towing. They have also upgraded it with a new combustion cycle for the mild hybrids, the B5 and the B6, this MP Miller, for even lower consumption. And as a little digression now, while we talk about engines. When I attended the world premiere in September 2024 at the Volvo's factory in Torslanda, Volvo said that the redesigned XC90, so the model 25.5, was supposed to be available as a B5, B6, and T8 plug-in hybrid. But these are market specific, so I'm not quite sure what engines you get in your country. Here in Norway, oh yeah, I'm in Sweden now, but I live in Norway. In Norway, we only get the T8 plug-in hybrid. And I think it's the same in Sweden. I think they also only get the T8 plug-in hybrid. Same in Switzerland, actually. T8, just T8. So this is market specific. And it's actually the same thing with the seat configuration. Because Volvo said also at the launch that they're going to offer the XC90 as a 5-seater, 6-seater and a 7-seater. I tried yesterday to find some pictures on the 6-seat configuration of the XC90. Tried different configurations, different markets, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So maybe Volvo have changed their minds with the seat configuration and only offer it as a 7-seater. But that was the side view, also slightly about the engines, what's lurking under the skin. We also have better noise insulation with acoustic foam in the A pillars and B pillars. But let's now jump towards the rear. The final touch of the XC90, the redesigned XC90, are the tail lamps. Not the form, not the shape, but just the darker tail glass. And I think this looks absolutely amazing. I just love how this blackened out tail glass originally. So yeah, that is the last touch. There's no changes to the bumpers. Since this is a bright exterior theme, we have the chrome inserts. This will be black on the dark version. But beside that, there's no changes. But did they actually need to do anything more? Did they do enough? Well, in my opinion, they did enough. And according to sales figures, and this is probably this blew my mind. Last year in 2024 was actually the year that Volvo sold the most XC90s of this SPA generation since launch, since 2014. They had the first sales year in 2015. If I have space and time, I will just put in the sales numbers on the side here, so you can see. And in 2024, they managed to sell like 108,000 XC90s. That makes it the best-selling year for the XC90 in its 10th year. What other cars are able to do that? After 10 years, it crushes the sales figures. It just absolutely blows my mind. And I'm so glad that Volvo gave it a little update for the exterior. Because we're going to have this for a couple of more years, next to the EX90. But is this the last facelift? Will they do a second facelift? Personally, a little digression maybe, but I'm hoping for an update on the battery. If you're going to take that, since this is a T8 plug-in hybrid. Because the T8 plug-in hybrid, in the late model 22, so the model 22.5, then Volvo gave the XC90 T8 a technical update. They gave it a bigger battery, up to 18.8 kilowatt hours, usable 14.9. Rear electric motor, 145 horsepower. So the WLTP range for this T8 plug-in hybrid are approximately 70 kilometers. And that was the biggest disappointment with the updated XC90, that they didn't give it a technical update as well with a bigger battery. Just look at the BMW X550e or the Mercedes GLE or Porsche Cayenne E hybrid. Much bigger battery. I can't understand why they didn't just bump it ever so slightly. Is there enough space in it to do it? Is it a space problem? Is it a cost problem? I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's a space problem because, you know, the SPA platform, that underpins also the Polestar 1. And that has a battery on 34 kilowatt hours. And it's shorter. And yeah, it's like a S90 but just shrink down. So maybe there's a cost option. I'm not quite sure. But either way, that was the changes for the XC90's exterior. I really hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope the audio turned out good, even if it's blowing like hell here in Malmö. But at least we have a beautiful backdrop. But now it's time to end this video, and I hope you will join me in the next part where we look at the interior changes of this XC90. So that was it for this time. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye bye.